Well, this is embarrassing. 3 movies that were on the So Bad It's Good list last year were also on the So Bad It's Bad list this year. So, I'm sorry guys, I fucked up. So, to make up for it, I'm going to give you 3 more So Bad It's Good and So Bad It's Bads. So Bad It's Good: Birdemic, Children of the Living Dead, and Zombique. So Bad It's Bad: Dumplings, Salo, and The Mothman Prophecies. Really sorry about that guys, it won't happen again. Anyway... Monkey farm now, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time! Too much? Hello everyone, welcome to day 5 of Terrorthon. Today we're talking about one of the most influential horror directors, if not the single most influential one of all, George A. Romero. You might not know this man by name, but you certainly know his movies, which we will get to in a second. George Andrew Romero was born in 1940 in the New York Bronx and began shooting movies in 1960 immediately after completing college. His early works included short films and TV commercials, but he also did a segment for the TV show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, probably the most well known of his really early projects. In the late 60s, with 9 of his friends, George Romero founded Image 10 Productions. And then, in 1968, on a shoestring budget, he made the most influential zombie movie of all time, Night of the Living Dead. Zombies today simply would not exist without this movie. It cannot be overstated how influential this piece was, and if you haven't seen it, you must. It's free on Wikipedia because the company didn't register their copyrights properly, so the movie almost immediately fell into the public domain. So you can watch it for free pretty much anywhere, which is a real shame. In 1973, Mr. Romero made the less successful The Crazies. It was not, as I say, as successful as Night of the Living Dead, but his most critically acclaimed movie was called Martin in 1978, which was about vampires instead of zombies. The same year that came out, my personal favourite movie ever made, Dawn of the Dead, came out. That had a $1.5 million budget, and it made $55 million in profits, incredibly profitable, as I'm sure you'll agree. In 1982, Mr. Romero teamed up with legendary horror author Stephen King to make another of my favourite movies, Creepshow. And then, in 1985, what was thought to be the final movie of the Dead trilogy, as it was known at the time, came out, Day of the Dead. The studio producing Day of the Dead severely cut the budget, so it did not meet Mr. Romero's original vision. It really was set to be the ultimate zombie epic, but it's still a very, very good movie, and I recommend that one too. And then in 1990, just to make a little bit of money on Night of the Living Dead, him and his makeup artist Tom Savini released a remake of the movie, which was very, very good in my opinion. In 1998, he made an advert for Resident Evil 2. And the little known fact you might not know is that Mr. Romero was actually working on a script for a Resident Evil movie which was much closer to the original games than Paul W.S. Anderson's Abominations that came out. Now, when Day of the Dead came out, everyone thought that was the end of the Dead movies, but in 2005 we got Land of the Dead, in 2008 we got Diary of the Dead, and then in 2009 we got Survival of the Dead. We were absolutely spoiled. But, unfortunately, before the next one, Road of the Dead, was made, Mr. Romero passed away in 2017, leaving behind a legacy of zombie movies that will never, ever be topped. And that's it. That's the history of one of the greatest horror directors of all time. I hope you can appreciate his work as much as I do. See you tomorrow.